Everybody desires plenty. Everyone desires money, right? However, few are pursuing it. There are a considerable number of individuals worldwide who are firmly entrenched in poverty and are doing the bare minimum to escape it. Generally, people believe that living paycheck to paycheck is the wisest course of action to take given their perceived circumstances. However, these problems are only manifestations of a poverty mentality that will prevent you from progressing in life and doing anything substantial. In this video, we will cover 10 mentalities that are keeping you poor. Number 10. Thinking small. As someone once said, it is not the one who aspires high and fails who is really unsuccessful, but the one who aims low and succeeds. That is what top achievers and wise individuals say about their life accomplishments. You must shoot towards the sky while remaining on your feet. Nothing occurs overnight, just as Rome was not created in a day. However, the higher the payoff, the greater the work, and the greater the feeling of accomplishment. This is not a personal matter for you. It's a matter of carrying out your goal. It's about living your life in accordance with your mission. It's about contributing your piece to the world's puzzle. It's about being of service to others. The majority of us are so absorbed in our egos that everything revolves around me, and even more me. However, it's not about you. It is about bringing values to the lives of others. It is all up to you. One path leads to poverty and misery, whereas the other path leads to wealth, purpose, and satisfaction. It's past time for us to stop hiding and begin stepping out. It is past time for us to stop following and begin leading. It's time to begin living up to your potential. Number 9. Thinking of instant rewards and not risks. Without discomfort, there is no gain. Paychecks provide quick gratification, but exceptional achievers in our society have taken calculated risks in pursuit of their ambitions. Making wise financial investments may provide you with a significant boost at some time in your life, perhaps transforming you into the next billionaire. It is obviously a risk, with the potential for your money to disappear, but the other option exists as well. Risk-taking is a necessary component of effective investment. Without risk, there is no possibility of reward. It's as straightforward as the law of supply and demand. Entrepreneurs, like stock investors, make choices. The sole distinction between entrepreneurs and stock investors is that entrepreneurs invest in their own companies, while stock investors invest in other people's enterprises. Because risk and reward are inextricably linked, danger cannot be defined only in terms of its daredevil attitude or significance to gambling. Similarly, an entrepreneur is not always a risk taker. Entrepreneurs that succeed understand how to handle risk. Number 8. Saving equals earning. While saving money is a prudent approach, completely depending on it is not. Saving money might be beneficial to you, and not spending it can provide you with a feeling of security. But multiplying that money and earning some additional income is the sensible move that you must do. While saving money will not generate riches for you, employing that money to generate further money is the prudent course of action. People who are impoverished remain impoverished because they spend every cent they earn simply to survive. The middle class saves money but loses ground since their savings earn less than 1%, which barely keeps up with inflation. In comparison, the stock market grows at an annual rate of roughly 11% on average. There will be down years, which is why you should never invest unless you intend to leave the money alone for at least 5 years, preferably 10. According to Dave Ramsey, it has profited in 97% of 5-year periods and 100% of 10-year periods since 1929. Consider Warren Buffett as an example of the value of investing expertise. Berkshire Hathaway's Class A shares sell for more than $300,000 a share. Number 7. I don't need to learn anything new. Many individuals continue to believe that earning a degree and finding work is sufficient for their life. They cease to learn and hence cease to develop. If you want to advance in your career, you must constantly acquire new skills in order to advance to a better position. For someone working a day job and without the funds to take risks, the digital platform is the ideal side business. Profiting from the stock market is not the only way to get wealthy. Successful individuals think differently than the typical person. Numerous world-class performers lack formal schooling and have built their fortunes via the acquisition and subsequent selling of specialized knowledge. While the majority of people believe that the path to wealth is paved with greater education, the wealthy believe in gaining and constantly seeking out a particular expertise. Number 6. I am making enough. Choosing to live in the present moment is a wise choice. However, the greatest option is to live in the present and strive toward the future. If you are employed, receiving a regular income, and paying your expenses, does this mean you are doing enough? That is not the case. You must save for retirement in order to maintain the same or a higher standard of living thereafter. You must consider both current and future savings. If you want to become government rich, then make sure to subscribe for more insightful videos like this one. They'll inspire you to grow as a person, and they're free. Number 5. Plan B is not necessary. We live in an unpredictable world filled with what we refer to as crises. That is why we should always have some money set aside for rainy days. While you save money for vacations, parties, and other activities, you must also plan for unforeseen financial problems. Save as little as a few dollars, and you may accumulate a substantial sum that can assist you through difficult times. According to a recent poll conducted by personal finance website Bankrate, more than half of Americans, 51%, have less than 3 months' worth of emergency funds. The poll reveals that low-income families are much more likely to lack appropriate emergency funds. Only 35% of families earning less than $50,000 per year report feeling confident with their amount of savings, compared to 62% of households earning more than $50,000 per year. The epidemic made matters worse. Only 1 in 6 families report having greater emergency savings than they had prior to the pandemic, and those who did tended to be higher income households with fully funded emergency savings. Number 4. I just need retirement savings. We often hear individuals discussing retirement savings ideas. However, that is insufficient. People in their 20s and 30s who are only concerned with retirement funds are not thinking clearly. You will marry and have children during this time period. You'll also want funds to cover the costs of these people and the medical conditions you may face. Therefore, you'd be wise to consider creating more revenue during this period. Number 3. I am poor because of my circumstances. If you examine the lives of those who have created a fortune from their misery, you will see that they did not depend on the blame game, but rather strategically used their precious assets, such as time and ideas, to turn their life around and build wealth. Colonel Harlan Sanders, Jack Ma, and Elon Musk are all examples of people who produced something amazing out of nothing. The rich think that money is a birthright, whereas the majority of people feel that money is a luxury. In a capitalist society, world-class intellectuals understand that they have the right to be wealthy, provided they are ready to produce tremendous value for others. The majority believe that being wealthy is a privilege reserved for the fortunate few. This schism in thought drives the middle class to gambling and the world class to labor. But the affluent think that if they improve or facilitate the lives of others, it is their right to be prosperous. Number 2. Money is the biggest asset. This is the greatest dream that the majority of people live. When we see the wealthy and their extravagant lifestyles, we believe that money is the most precious thing on the planet. Whereas in our world, the most important assets are time, ideas, a team, and excellent people. If you delve into the lives of the wealthy, you will discover that they earned wealth via the use of these assets. It may surprise you to learn that many people regarded as very successful list time as their number 1 asset. You can lose all your money and then recover it, but you can't get time back. Some individuals are born wealthy, while others are born impoverished. Some have Ivy League degrees, while others have dropped out of high school. Some are naturally talented athletes, while others struggle with physical limitations. However, regardless of our origins or abilities, we all have the same amount of time in a day. The lowest common denominator is time. Consider how much time and attention you devote to your money, working diligently to earn money, keeping track of that money in your bank account, studying the best methods to invest that money, reading about ways to earn more money, and fearing that your money may be stolen. And yet we generally have little regard for our time. We frequently allow it to be stolen from us, despite the fact that it is our most precious asset. Number 1. Earning more is spending more. It is a widely held belief that when we earn more money, we spend it on less desirable items. If you examine the lives of individuals around you who have amassed wealth, you will see that they do not spend it on extravagant items, but rather on growing their wealth via prudent financial investments, rather than purchasing more and more goods. And if you found this video useful, then you'll love these. And be sure to like this video to let the YouTube algorithm know you'd like to see more videos like this one.